Welcome back, guys. It's the TightWad, and today I've got something very exciting to show you. I just got in my Rugged Road cooler. This is meant to be a lightweight cooler that holds ice for a long time, similar to a Yeti or an Arctic brand. So I just got this in this weekend. I wanted to show you some of the things, give you some of my initial thoughts like I do with a lot of my reviews, and then I'm going to do some more intense testing later. There were a couple of things that immediately attracted me to this cooler. The first one was that I saw someone holding it up like this. So you knew it was lightweight. It weighs 8 pounds, so it's super lightweight. The Yeti, about the same size, is almost 30 pounds. I think it's 26 pounds. First thing I want to talk about are these straps. When I unclip them here, they have a heavy-duty military-grade metal. It looks really nice, feels really nice. They're nice and heavy, which is typically a sign of good quality. They have really good spring release on these latches right here, the gold latches, and they just flip back out of the way. You can unclip them in the front and in the back and store them somewhere else if you just wanted them completely out of the way. The whole strap system would come off by just unclipping this one in the middle and the back. So that's another way that you could just get rid of the straps altogether if you didn't want them, or when you're cleaning the cooler. It says to clean the cooler, you just use dish soap and water for just mild regular cleanings. It does say you can use bleach on it. It won't change the color of it, or you can even use a pressure washer. So take it to a car wash, blast it with a pressure washer. Say you put fish or deer meat in here and you really need to clean out all of the nastiness from that. You can take it to a car wash and clean it that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop the top off for you. It has a nice textured surface on it, similar to a spray-in bed liner made for a truck. Got the logo embossed on the top here, but the lid is made to flip upside down. It has cup holders in it. They advertise it as being usable as a cutting board here. One thing I do notice, there's no seal around the edge like some coolers have, so we're going to test the ice retention of this piece and see how it stacks up against some of the other molded coolers. The inside is a lot thinner walled than a Yeti or an Arctic. And I also noticed that it has sharp corners in here instead of the rounded bottom like some of those coolers have. So the capacity on this I know is a lot larger. I think this says that it holds 60 cans. This is called the Onitis 45. It's about the same size form-wise as the Yeti 45, but it has a lot more capacity. It does advertise that it will hold ice 8 to 10 days, which is the same claim that Yeti makes. This cover on it is called a urea. It's extremely hard. It is made to withstand the elements. If you look at some of their advertisements, the cooler is meant where you could stand on it or sit on it if you wanted to. They actually park a Jeep on 4 of them and they don't bust. The cooler is also made to float upright. He said within limits, you don't want it floating down a river in the rapids, because obviously it would tip over just like a boat would, but it is made to float upright in a pool or in a lake. So we're going to test that as well. Even though winter's coming, I'll find a way to get it in a body of water to test it. So while the top doesn't have a seal running around it, it does go on fairly tight where you have to push it down, but it comes up easily because of these handles. I kind of push down on the bottom while pulling up on the top, and it does pop off fairly easily. So I'm really excited to try it out and run it through some of the tests that I want to do, compare it to a Yeti, compare it to an Arctic, those kind of things. So make sure you subscribe and ring the notifications bell so that you don't miss my follow-up video showing my true thoughts on this cooler. One cool thing, when I talked to the owner, the very first thing he told me was, I don't want to tell you what to say in your video because I do want an honest review. So he said, these are some of the features that you can test. I said, I would really like to test it against the comparable Yeti, the Yeti 45, and he said, absolutely, I would love it if you do it, because if I do it, people are going to think I somehow swayed the experiment. So I will be giving an honest review. I will do an honest comparison of the two, and they say that it stacks up against the competition, so we'll check it out. A few things that have prevented me from buying a Yeti and turned me onto this cooler instead are, number one, the price. I'm a tightwad. I don't like that $300 or $400 price tag that you see on Yetis. The second one is the weight. I've been on trips with people who've brought Yetis, and you always have to have 2 people to get the Yeti out of the car and upstairs into the beach house or down to the beach. And then even to go and drain the drain plug, you have to have 2 people to walk it out to the porch. whereas this one, being a lot lighter, is going to be able to be handled by one person. The third thing I really don't like about Yetis is the fact that they're so big, but they have such a thick sidewall and those curved sides and bottoms that they don't pack well. They don't hold very much at all. So this cooler solves all three of those problems for me. So that's why I was interested in it and wanted to check it out. I look forward to showing you guys my results. The video follow-up will be linked on the screen right here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll make sure I respond. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day.